This guy is a Harvard Business School marketing professor, Theodore Levitt, who famously said, "People don't buy quarter-inch drills, they need a quarter-inch hole." And this guy is Clayton Christensen, another famous Harvard Business School professor who said, "People buy products and services to get a job done." Now, what does this all mean? In short, just like people hire other people to get a job done, similarly, people hire software and other products to get a job done. This is the underlying essence of the Jobs to be Done framework, which is the holy grail for product managers who really want to understand their user needs clearly. Let's learn. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Raheel. I'm a product leader and an entrepreneur currently living and working in Dubai. Today I'm going to talk about Jobs to be Done framework, which I actively use in my product life. It's a framework that was made famous by Clayton Christensen, this guy, in his book Innovator's Solution. So what exactly is the Jobs to be Done framework? So when you're designing a new product, your goal is to deliver on customer expectations. A product that actually solves the need of your customers. If you don't really have a good understanding of what exactly is the problem that you're solving, your solution might not work or might be a failure at launch, which is why it's extremely important to understand consumer needs and then build the product. And this is where the Jobs to be Done framework enters. The way Jobs to be Done framework is structured, it basically reframes the connection between the user and their needs. And it rephrases it in terms of what is the job that they're looking to get done. Basically, your product is what the user hires to solve their problem or to get a job done. We all remember that famous saying by Henry Ford, which was, if I asked people for what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. Now, just imagine if people just took that literally and started figuring out a way to make horses faster. It would never have worked. So Henry Ford did the smart thing, and unknowingly he used the Jobs to be Done framework. He tried to really understand that actually users wanted to get from A to point B faster. Now, what do they hire? Currently, it's horses. But what could be a better alternative? And that is how he created the first car, and that just changed the scope of humanity. Now, if you really try to understand, if Henry Ford started thinking about making faster horses, he would never have gotten where he did, which is why understanding consumer needs is very similar to what they want to hire to get a job done, which is why Jobs to be Done framework is extremely effective. Now, when looking at jobs to be done, we also need to consider three subcomponents within the framework, which are number one, the functional aspect of the job, the emotional aspect of the job on a personal level, and emotional aspect of the job on a social level. So the functional aspect of moving from point A to point B is travel, right? That's what I want to do. I want to get from point A to point B. Now, if the distance is too large, then I'll consider buying an airline ticket over going through my car. So based on the functional aspect, my medium is going to change, my solution is going to change. Similarly, if I am someone who really cares about the environment, I would choose electric car over a petrol car. And that falls under the emotional aspect of it on a personal level. But if I am someone who's really rich, I would go for a high-end car, an expensive car, just to send a signal to the society that I can afford it. So even if I'm hiring a product, it will really depend on three aspects, which is the functional part, the emotional on a personal part, emotional on a society part. And this is how you can really understand different products around you. And you can use this simple framing to really understand what exactly are people hiring these products for. Now, let's try to understand how we can implement Jobs to be Done framework in our lives. And we look at multiple different examples from the real world. Implementing the Jobs to be Done framework in product development or in our lives generally, there's just two steps. Number one, really try to understand what exactly is the job that the user is trying to do. For example, from a mobile phone, what exactly is the user trying to do? Is he trying to make a call? Is he trying to run, send an email? What exactly is the user using the phone for? Then once you really understand for your own specific product what exactly is the use case or what exactly is the jobs to be done, then you can craft a statement. And crafting a statement is pretty simple. It's basically writing down what exactly is the job that the user is hiring the product for. Now, a long time back, Apple Music really disrupted the entire music industry. Now, previously, people used to go to the CD store, and even if they wanted to listen to just one song from a specific album, they had to buy the entire album, right? It doesn't really make any sense. Now, if you don't really understand the jobs to be done, then what people are trying to get done to, you would optimize the retail experience. You might just put in a CD player where people can come in and people can listen. But what Apple did instead was that it's okay, from a single album you can choose one song, two songs, three songs, I don't care. You get to listen to the songs that you want without buying an album. And that is exactly the jobs to be done that people were hiring Apple Music to do, because not everyone wanted to buy the whole albums, the whole CD, and instead they hired Apple Music to just give them those 1, 2, 3 songs from a specific album and just pay for them instead of the entire album. Now, just by understanding this jobs to be done, Apple simply revolutionized the entire music industry. And I think this is one of the best use cases from the industry. Now, let's try to understand, or let's try to really go through some of the industry examples by using jobs to be done framework. Now, here are some of the examples from the real world. Number one is PayPal. Now, PayPal, jobs to be done is transfer money immediately, right? You want to send money from, someone sitting in the US has to send money to someone in Europe. What is the fastest way to do it? PayPal. Wonderful. Then you have Uber Eats, jobs to be done framework. The statement is eat takeout food without leaving the house, which is again wonderful jobs to be done, because as a user, I want to be just home. I don't want to leave the home, and I want to hire someone to go get food for me. That is where Uber Eats comes in, as well as DoorDash. Then another example is Peloton, which is, hey, I want to hire someone where I can actually exercise with others without going to the gym. And that is where Peloton came in. And finally, a very famous example from the pandemic, Zoom, which was connecting remote workers. Why now? We're all at home. We need a better system to collaborate and work. So how do we connect? And so people started hiring Zoom so they could connect with their workers and collaborate and work. So by just simply understanding these jobs to be done statements, I think you get a clear idea of why people hire or use these products. So there you have it, wonderful people. This is the jobs to be done framework, which basically just rephrases consumer needs and connects them with exactly the job that they're trying to get done. In essence, by reframing what exactly is your product and why are users hiring it, what is the job that they need to get done. Now, we looked at multiple different examples like Apple Music. People wanted to hire Apple Music to purchase songs, individual songs from an album without paying for the entire album. Similarly, we looked at the example of Uber Eats or DoorDash, Zoom, PayPal. In all of these situations, users were hiring the products to get something done. And if you start thinking about the functional, the emotional aspects of why people are choosing one product over the another, we'll get a much better idea about our consumer needs. So if you're a product manager or an entrepreneur building your next big product, you really have to understand what exactly will the users hire you for or hire your product for, and what exactly are they trying to get done. Because if you master this framework, I guarantee the next product that you build is going to be solid and will be able to fulfill the needs of your consumers, given that it's built properly. If you love this video, give it a like, share, and do let me know your thoughts. Thank you for sticking till the end. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.